See it on my YouTube?
No, it says live at the top left, brother. You're definitely live.
Let's go, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in.
What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome in to My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Show.
Welcome in, everybody. The first week of the NFL kickoff is here. I am joined by the amazing co-host. We will be here every Sunday in Big Draft Energy. Today, we are going to be going over start, sits, pick'ems, DFS lineups, all the help you guys need. Just got gifted 10 gifts from the Big Disco as well. And remember, guys, this is just information that we have based on our research to tell you guys to help you. So if it's anything gambling, seek help if you have problems. And we'll try to give you the best information, best lineups, everything possible. And Disco, tell them where you can find yourself at. Let them know everything about Big Draft Energy and what's going on here.
Disco, you find me at Big Draft Energy. Ja'Marr Chase, no matter what.
Ja'Marr Chase, no matter what.
No matter what. Ja'Marr Chase, we like him.
You don't have any worries about Ja'Marr Chase this week at all, even with the
Listen, man. You know that song, Never Gonna Give You Up, Never Gonna Let You Down. That's how I feel about Ja'Marr Chase no matter what, man. I'm riding it. I'm riding with it. That's my guy. I've been saying that's my guy. I'm going with him. But that's just because, like, I'm an emotional creature and I have him in a lot of, my redraft leagues. Like, fuck, we've come this far, right? Now, obviously, if he doesn't play because he's sick and feeling better and then worse and then feeling better and then worse, obviously you can't play him. But, like, right now I got him everywhere and I'm gonna ride with it. I'm gonna build a DFS lineup with him right now as we speak.
Let's say your options are Ja'Marr Chase or Chris Godwin.
Yeah, Ja'Marr Chase, no matter what.
Ja'Marr Chase, no matter what. All right, he's all in on Ja'Marr Chase, no matter what.
Yeah.
All right, so let's in. What's up, Bandit? How we doing? Everything, all gambling losses go against Disco. What's up, James? How we doing this morning? Can't start Chase pending your other options. I'm kind of, it's Ja'Marr Chase. I'm kind of on the fence with it.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
So we are gonna look into 2 option pick'ems for each game that we'd like to start off. And all questions you guys have, drop them in. We'll stop whatever we're talking about. We'll answer the question. What's up, Jack? Good morning. How we doing? So we're gonna start off here. And I'm gonna build a lineup per game here, Disco. By the way, so like just a $2, $3 lineup. We'll see how it goes.
Sure. Not a problem.
We're gonna start off with the Buffalo Bills Arizona Cardinals game. What are your 2, if you had to pick them, locks for this game?
2 locks for this game. Hold on, I'm pulling up my pick'ems. Josh Allen, longest rush, 12.5 yards.
Okay, I like that.
I wish there was an anytime touchdown for James Cook because I like him for anytime. James Cook's going to be him. And Khalil Shakir under on receiving yards, 45.5.
Khalil Shakir under. Those are
under
your
receiving
2?
yards. Yeah.
You don't. Okay, under 44. That's okay. I like that. I also like mine would be Keon Coleman receptions.
Okay.
2.5.
So we're going with 4, and then we're just putting a bet on it, right?
Yeah, a small one.
Okay, so Keon Coleman over what?
2.5 receptions.
Yeah, I like that. I like his receiving yards more, but like the 2.5 receptions, I haven't projected for 6 receptions, so that's easy money.
Okay. And if I have one more I like here, I'm going to go with Dawson Knox, 12.5 receiving yards.
I like that one too. I like it a lot. Longest reception, receiving yards, same difference, right? Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. All right, so how much are we putting on this?
Are we doing $5 every slip, or you want to go cheaper? What do you want to do?
Let's go 5, yeah.
Okay. What do you guys think, chat? Give me some options there. James says, weather doesn't look well in the land for Godwin. I know, but it's only 51% precipitation.
Oh, shit. We can't lock it in because it's all players from.
Yeah. We need
so I'm going to take out Knox.
Okay. What about Michael Wilson or Greg Dortch's receiving yards? 25.5, 28.5.
Okay, how about we just add the 5th guy? Let's just add the 5th guy. Let's get weird.
Okay, I like it. Let's go Dawson Knox.
Yeah.
Which one you want?
I'm gonna let you make this call, brother.
Dude, Greg Dortch, the Bills slot is the worst in the league. I think Greg Dortch over 28.5 rush receiving is what I like. What do you think? With that one?
Here's why I dislike it, but like it could also hit because like we saw it with Jaden Reed and we've seen it with all those guys who have the efficiency metric. He's not going to be on the field in 2 wide receiver sets, right? So based off of that and the way Steichen likes to approach it, I much prefer the Michael Wilson prop because
Michael Wilson's gone.
Michael Wilson's still there, buddy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
29.5?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm with that. I like that.
Or even the longest reception. Either one of those, like I fuck with. And like 28.5 rushing and receiving, I'm going to take that one because like it's one less yard to worry about.
Yeah, I see that. What? I'll take that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that one.
So we're locking that in with the 5. All right. I like that.
Done. Put it through. Let's get weird.
Let's catch. Thank you for the follow. Nookie, what's up, my man? Welcome to the channel. Magic says Browns D or Bears Falcons D. Man, I don't like the Browns versus the Cowboys as much as I like the Bears and the Falcons. I would say I'm going to go Bears at home versus Will Levis and the new Titans look. Falcons I like too. I mean, Fields is a turnover machine sometimes. You just never know which Fields you're going to get. What would you take on this, Disco?
What's the question?
Browns D or Bears or Falcons D?
Shit. Like here's why it's tough, right? You want to go with the team with the most sack upside. Is Sweat gonna play this week?
Montez?
Yeah.
I think he's out there for the Bears, yeah.
Okay. If he's out there for the Bears and I look at Will Levis and I don't think Will Levis is him.
Will Levis is a big boy to bring down though.
Yeah, I don't care. Defensive ends are bigger, stronger boys. I like the sack upside. I like that they're strong on all 3 levels of the defense. So yeah, I'm going with that one for sure.
Okay. Bandit says he likes James Cook. Rush attempt says a lock. What's up, Jerry? How we doing? Welcome in. NFL kickoff day is here. He says Levis or Rodgers, second QB Superflex PPR.
Rodgers.
I like A-Rod. As well. We agree on that. What's up, Nicholas? How we doing? Jerry says sub hype in the chat. Let's go. Half PPR from Nicholas. He says, half PPR, Higgins out, flex Jackson Smith and Jigba or Joshua Palmer or Khalil Shakir.
JSN. Easily Jackson Smith and Jigba. If it's going to be Tyler Lockett or it's going to be Jackson Smith and Jigba. Obviously, it could still be DK Metcalf because like he's matchup proof. Like this guy doesn't matter if Patrick Surtain, Jalen Ramsey, doesn't matter who's on him. He's going to beat you deep several times. Let's just hope that Geno can get it to him. But like the way I look at it is you got to look at what Ben Grubb does as an offensive coordinator. He likes to go 3 wide more often than not. And if he's going 3 wide more often than not, if the best cover player is going to be shadowing the best wide receiver, Jackson Smith and Jigba is the next up. And he's healthy. He had a full offseason. I think Jackson Smith and Jigba is a smash this week.
I agree because Surtain's on him, but I don't think it's like a massive take, JC's and over Palmer. I think Palmer can have a big game here too. The Chargers secondary is weak and he'll see an easier floor, I think.
But like let's be realistic. How many times are we anticipating, should the LA Chargers throw the average of a team that, ran the most last year? We're looking at 29 to 31 passing attempts.
Right.
How many targets is Joshua Palmer going to have against a formidable defense?
7 or 8.
7 or 8 out of 31.
I mean, I think he's seen a lot of targets today. I think he's the number 1 option today.
Okay, I respect it. I respect it. Stand on business. Get shit. That's all you.
You don't like that? You don't like that? I mean,
no,
I think Loudon Monkey's going to be in the slot, like you're saying, 3 wide receiver sets. I think Quentin Johnston's trash.
I don't think they're going to go 3 wide receiver set though. I think we're going to see a lot of Hurst staying in. I think we're going to see a lot of Disley, and Disley's going to get 4 or 5 targets. Ladd's going to get 4 or 5 targets. I think Palmer's going to get 4 or 5 targets. What it comes down to is what are they going to turn these targets into?
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, like if we're talking about a tertiary play, fuck, Will Disley might be a smash this week. I like Will Disley a lot.
Okay. Yeah. Heading over to Christian, he says half PPR, 3 flexes. Scary Terry, Tank Dell or Chris Godwin? I would go Scary Terry and Chris Godwin. What would you do here? I know you like the Texans versus the Colts, but it's just hard to know who's going to pop.
I'm going to go with the guy who has the I'm going to go with efficiency, right? The guy who's the most efficient, the guy that we saw be favored and targeted. I like Scary Terry. I love Scary Terry. I have him in a lot of plays, but I think the quarterback with the best matchup is CJ Stroud. And I think, yes, Kenny Moore's going to be covering the slot a lot, but I think Tank Dell can beat anybody in the NFL, like especially from the slot position. I love Tank Dell. I think Tank Dell's going to eat.
Playing for the upside over the safe floors on that one, I guess.
Especially if it's half PPR, like you want the touchdowns as opposed to the receptions, right? I think Terry's going to kill it with volume. Godwin's going to have 6, 7, 8 receptions. It's who do I anticipate is going to find the end zone and could probably find the end zone several times. I think Tank Dell is the best play here. Once again, man, you don't win your fantasy matchup for your fantasy leagues playing it safe. You got to get weird. Let's get weird.
I like it. All right. I mean, I'm not against it because the matchup is amazing there with the Texans, but he does draw the best corner.
He does. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. But I mean, like, should they switch it up and put like a Diggs in there? And I know Nico Collins never lines up in the slot, but like they could mix it up. Like it's not out of the realm of possibilities where you isolate one of your best deep threats on not the best defensive back. And if it's not a man defense, if it's a zone defense, then we don't have to worry about that. And Indianapolis ran a zone defense 45% of the time last year against the Texans, so we're okay.
I agree. Okay. Peanut Butter Jelly says, "What's up, man? Made the live. How we doing, Peanut Butter Jelly? Welcome in this morning. We're going to try to answer every question as they come in, guys, so make it rain. If we take a little longer on it, I'm sorry. We're going to break it down the best we can." He says, "Cortland Sutton or Ladd McConkey in the flex?" I'll let you lead this one off.
What's the scoring format? Please.
If you can put PPR or 0.5 PPR as well, guys.
Yeah, or standard. He says PPR, McConkey, or Sutton and flex. Okay, I'm going with McConkey just based off of volume. Cortland Sutton, I think he's in for a tough day. That's the two corners in Seattle are improving every year. They are high draft capital and they're worth the draft capital. These guys are fucking ballers. I anticipate that, Cortland Sutton, he's a deep ball 50-50 guy, and I don't think he's going to win this matchup in 50-50 jump ball touchdown situations and scenarios. I do love Bo Nix 19.5 completions because he's the check down king. I don't think that's Cortland Sutton's game. I think Dulcich eats. I think Jaleel McLaughlin's going to have a couple of receptions. What it comes down to is like, from the other wide receivers, who's the most reliable, like in the flats, coming across the field, screaming across the field to beat the zone? Like that's what it comes down to. I don't like Sutton, so I'm going to go McConkey. I think he has a more favorable matchup.
I'm on the other side here on this one. I'm going to take Cortland Sutton purely based on volume and the fact that he will be the guy that is always out there on the field. Ladd McConkey will probably miss, 15, 20 snaps being the slot guy with Palmer and Quentin Johnston. And the Broncos will be playing behind by 90% of this fucking game or every game. And Cortland Sutton, I think, is honestly a flex play matchup proof just based on volume. Like he could have a terrible matchup, but they're still going to pass the ball a ton. So I like Cortland Sutton over Ladd McConkey on that one.
All right.
Chris says PPR Godwin or Pickens. This is a tough one.
He says PPR Monty, Godwin, or Pickens.
Oh, Monty. Sorry, Monty Godwin.
Yeah, I'm going Monty.
I'm going Monty as well. That one. Monty's a smash play versus the Rams D. They're terrible.
Yeah, I mean it could be either one of those guys, but like I think Monty's going to get a lot of volume. They're going to try to keep the Rams offense off, and he's going to find the end zone several times. So, I'm going Monty there.
Bandit says Devontae Adams yard lock, BTJ yards lock, James Cook attempts lock, Justin Jefferson yards lock, Jerry Jeudy yards lock. I like Jeudy. Devontae Adams is like 76. I don't know if I like that one. Peanut Butter says same conundrum. Christian, I'm deciding between Scary Terry and Tank in my flex. That is a tough one, especially with the rain. We don't know how much rain's going to happen there yet in that game. It looks like low precipitation,
and we know no matter what. I think the game is in Indianapolis, but regardless of where the game is, it's a dome game between Houston and Indianapolis. So
right, so you're getting
full speed. You're getting a track meet.
Okay, peanut butter jelly says, dude, what do you like this one as well? I love Chase Brown now, knowing that T. Higgins is doubtful. I think he's gonna be ruled out here in a little bit, and you have Jamar Chase on the snap count. I think Chase Brown's value is through the roof.
Yeah, Chase Brown's in 90% of my DFS lineups at $4,900, and I'm just I can't stop smashing that value. It's a spectacular value. He has incredible upside. I think Yoshivach is going to perform. I think he's going to break fantasy football? No. If we're talking about an explosive player, whether it's in the running game or the receiving game, Chase Brown is one of the most electric, efficient players when the ball's in his hands. I love that play 100%. Good call.
It does kind of worry me that they said that they're going to feature Zach Moss 2 days ago. I don't know if I fully believe that.
Yeah, that's coach speak. It's all cloak and data, smoke and mirror. It's like what it comes down to is like the performance on the field. Who's balling out and who's killing it and who's not. And like you can plan as much as you know the saying, man plans, God laughs. That's the Zach Moss scenario. Like
if he comes out and say first drive, gets a nice drive, he'll probably carry that role the whole game, which scares me.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to do that. Like you got to give the Patriots defense a little bit of credit. They're not going to be able.
They're not that bad.
They're like a middle of the pack defense. They play the run. They prioritize playing the run and zone blitzing against the run. It's tough to get a lot of yardage against them in the run game. Yes, they're missing, obviously, Judon's content land, and Christian Barmore's got that whole blood clot situation after we paid him. But good on the Patriots for honoring that contract.
Bandit brings – you done? You good?
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Bandit brings in 44.5 for Pitts on the fence. God, Steelers D is good, man. I'm on the fence with him and Pickens yards. But could they find the end zone? Yeah, they can. Chris, I have this same dilemma in 3 of my own leagues, bro. And I have Caleb and Lawrence in 2 of them, and I picked up Fields. We don't know if Fields is starting yet, by the way, either. Russell Wilson flew there. It looks like it's still up in the air. He's trying to save his job. Tyreek Hill was arrested today. What? You're lying. Wow. They said, did Tyreek Hill just get arrested? On Twitter. No. Jamar Chase is warming up right now too, guys. So it looks like he's good to go. Where's this information at? On a real Twitter? Smoke screen, though. Hang on, guys. Big fan of this. Tyreek Hill did get arrested. What is this? You're capping. Oh, my God. That's some crazy news to start it off. Outside the stadium, got arrested right now. Is he playing today? Oh my God. What's up, Joe? Welcome in, brother. He says full PPR. Thomas, Palmer, and Jigba Sutton. That is a tough one, bro. Oh, I'm gonna let you take this one first.
What the hell's going on with Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek Hill just got arrested outside the stadium right now.
For like
it's all over Twitter. It's breaking Twitter right now.
I have not seen any of it on Twitter, so I got to search this up because
just refresh your page. It's everywhere. All my pages say Tyreek Hill arrested. Holy shit! Wada. What's up, KD? What time you heading over, brother? Fry's already here.
It's Tyreek Hill and Calais Campbell.
There's the Fry guy. What's good, brother? All right. Okay, so bring the questions in, guys. We are going to head to game 2 here. We're going to try and get through every game of what we like for pick'ems here. So smash the questions. We'll go over the Saints game here and the Panthers game, which is but we'll pick 4 we like if we had to, and then we'll get back to the questions here. And then I want to know the Tyreek Hill update. Tyreek Hill just got arrested, bro. Fry. Tyreek Hill just got arrested. Swear to God, outside the stadium. Okay. So if you had to pick 2 here, Disco, from the Panthers Saints game, which would be 2 that you like?
None of the above, but let's look at it.
If you had to pick any,
I have 180 lineups with Tyreek Hill in it, so I'm gonna need to take a minute in a sec.
So I like Alvin Kamara as a smash over on 27 receiving yards.
Hold on, I'm getting there. Yeah, go ahead. You like?
What about Miles Sanders rushing yards at 20?
I do like it, but it's very volatile. Like I think he can get it in the first quarter, but like if I'm wrong, it's not a lock, right?
I would go Godwin for volume, by the way, Chris, as well. I know you asked that, and I kind of skipped over because he got arrested. My bad. That's a trip out update, bro. Even though the rain, I still like Godwin versus terrible Commanders D than I do like Pickens versus AJ Terrell and that tough Falcons secondary. Now the Simmons and Judon as well.
Yeah, I'm going Godwin here.
Godwin, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This game is hard to pick props in, bro.
I'm gonna say I like Cedric Wilson over receiving yards, 15.5 receiving yards. That seems relatively easy.
Okay. Chuba Hubbard under 56 yards. I think I like that.
I don't think I want to touch it. I don't think I want to touch that one.
What about under the 72.5 with receiving? If Miles Sanders is who you think he is, his work will be less.
Yeah, well, once again, I think what's a safer bet, because like this guy either puts up a 0 or like 100 points, is 29.5 rushing and receiving for Taysom Hill.
Over?
Under.
Yeah. Okay. And I'll lock that in. And I like Bryce Young over 11.5 rushing.
Okay.
And that's
over 11.5. He's never like really rushed for over 11.5.
I think he averaged like 16 yards a game last year rushing.
All right.
We'll do a small one on this. I don't like it. Oh, what?
Yeah.
$3?
I'm going like $1 on this one.
Yeah. Okay. I don't like this game, so we'll stay away from that one.
Who's the second one?
I did Bryce Young over 11, Alvin Kamara over 27.5 receiving. And then I took your Cedric Wilson, Taysom Hill. Cuffs just came off a hill. He's good to go. What's up, Mikey G? I got a cook-up parlay on Sleeper. What do you got for me? Magic, come here, brother. I cannot believe that Tyreek Hill just got arrested, bro. That's
he must be fine now because, like, yeah, I'm sorry. I just panicked there. Like, my whole world stopped for a sec.
I have so much Tyreek Hill. It's crazy.
I have him in, like, every DFS lineup, like, all over on, like, 3 platforms. So it's like I got a lot of bets and props with him. So,
dude, I mean, Waddle goes to the moon if something happens here.
For sure.
Danny, I know you're a Fins fan. Keep me updated by the minute on everything Tyreek Hill, bro.
It must have been like a speeding infraction. It had to be a speeding infraction.
But they arrest him for that? Like, it's a slow motion traffic. You see the video?
Yeah. Well, like, the people are also going to the tailgate. So,
right.
Like, he must have done something illegal to get to the game. And, like, that's the story I'm telling myself. And I'm rocking with it.
Stick with it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's head on to game 3 here. So, what we're going to do here, Chad, is we're going to try and pick 2 players that we both like from each matchup and work through. And then as you guys fire your questions, we'll answer any questions there is that you guys got. So heading on to now we're in the Colts Texans game here. What would be your 2 locks for this game?
I
know you like the long.
How about we just go back and forth? I like the Anthony Richardson longest rush for 13.5.
Okay. I like in this game. I like Nico Collins' longest reception, 25.5.
I don't hate that at all.
Okay. Fire back at me.
I'm gonna say I like Jonathan. Like, I think Jonathan Taylor is gonna be spectacular.
72 is high.
But I think I like the under on his rushing attempts.
Under on this. Oh, okay. Because you think they can fall behind. I like that. I'm with that. Okay, I think that's a lock. I think that's a great one. Man, Joe Mixon is tough. 15.5 rush attempts looks like it's good. I'd say he's right around 16. Receiving yards at 13.5 looks good, but there's so many, I don't know how many receptions he's going to get. I'm going to go Stroud. Stroud. We can't go over, huh? Do I have passing yards? Nico Collins reception match with passing yards. I'm gonna go Stroud over 275.
You can't do that.
I couldn't.
No, because you got.
That's right, huh? Okay.
You got Nico Collins. I mean, I'll try it. I'll try to put it in.
Does it work?
Oh yeah, it worked.
Okay, so we locked that in.
Yeah, so we got Nico Collins, longest reception, Stroud over passing yards, Jonathan Taylor under rushing attempts, and Anthony Richardson over his longest rush.
Okay, I like that. Tyreek Hill detained. He will play. Good to go. Bandit says AR-15, the interception. That's the other one I like to go along with the rushing.
Yeah, I do like it, but it's tough to project that.
Hill is good to go. I like it. Magic says JT anytime TD. I love that too, but it's not on drafters, bro. I would have definitely taken that one. I think JT has a big day. The only thing I'm worried about with JT is if they fall behind here and Anthony Richardson looks bad, then the numbers are really gonna, skew the other way. Okay. Heading down to, and again, guys, fire any questions you guys have. We'll answer them as fast as we can. Smash the like button. All the support's appreciated. Football is freaking here, boys. And let's move on to, this is the game. This is a shootout game, bro. I like everything here. Jags, Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm going to go over 56.5 rushing yards for Travis Etienne.
ETN, lock that in. I like that a lot. My lock here is Devon Achane's receiving yards, but I don't see him. Is he gone? Every Dolphin player just went down because of the update, huh? Yep. Oh, no. I say we skip this game for now, yeah?
Yeah, we'll come back to it.
Okay, we'll come back to this game. Oh, man, the New York Giants, Minnesota Vikings is what we are on to. Danny says, I got a 5-legger, y'all. Eagles, money line. Hurts over 225. Barkley, 80+. Devontae, 70+. Anytime TD. Missed the Smith Tutty. Oh, dude, Saquon is him. That was nasty, bro. He's going to go off this season. I can't wait.
That's too many legs. I mean, it was a good bet. You came close. It's too many legs. You got greedy, kid. You got greedy.
Should have stuck with 4. Five is always that. That's why I've been missing my splits.
For me, 3 is a lot. Especially here, the fact that 2 props, 3x is your money. That's easy money, man. That's absolutely easy money. If the moment you go to 3 or 4, you start really sweating, and it's tough. It really is tough. But obviously the payout's better, but the likelihood of you losing your money amplifies significantly.
I mean, think about it. I've missed 20 slips already with 4 or 5 hitting. It's just that's the greedy part. You're right. You just got to stick with 3 or 4 and what your locks are. Reckless driving for Tyreek Hill. Oh my God.
I knew it.
Game 1 showing up lit. Fucking.
Yeah, man, I love it. For Daniel Jones, I'm contemplating between his longest rush, his
interception
yards, or interceptions thrown. Yeah.
Interception is my lock.
It's tough because that defensive back core is terrible. And if Daniel Jones is going to run the ball as much as I think he's going to run the ball, it's tough to anticipate that. So I'm not touching it. I'm not touching Daniel Jones.
He threw 3 picks in the preseason.
For sure, but the preseason's the preseason. Jamar Chase, year 1, looked like shit in the preseason, and he broke fantasy football. I like
the longest rush too. Then
the
11-5.
So I'm not gonna touch that right now. But if you want to lock in the longest rush, I'm comfortable with that one. I really like Theo Johnson over 18.5 receiving yards.
Theo Johnson over 18. Okay, I like that. I'll lock that one in. Let's see. I love Malik Neighbor. God, they took away the receptions, bro. I told you that 5.5 was money. Now it's just receiving yards. You like the 62?
I haven't projected for 80, but I took him at 55, so I'm not taking it while it's higher. It doesn't make sense for me.
What about Jefferson's 81?
Yeah, that's easy money.
I like that one. Okay, lock in Jefferson. What would be your 4th?
I actually like his longest reception more, but 81.5, I haven't projected for 97. So, yeah. And then the last one, I like Aaron Jones over 13.5 rushing attempts.
Oh, I like that. I like that one. Okay. What about 2.5 receptions? That one looks nice too.
2.5 is a lot for a running back to get to.
Yeah. Okay. How much are we putting on this one?
5.
5? Okay. I like that. Lock it in.
Yeah, I've literally put 5 on everyone but the Carolina one.
I put $3 on the Panthers.
I put 1. I put 1.
BTJ is gonna ball out. Vikings blow. Also, Mostert or Eckler Mostert, Danny. 100%. We don't know how it's gonna look with Brian Thomas and him yet. BTJ, do we know if Ramsey's out there, Danny, for the Fins or no?
He's gonna be out there.
I have not seen the update on Ramsey playtime. Or game time, not playtime.
But like,
nothing yet. Okay.
Yeah, they haven't updated the Dolphins game yet.
Bandit says take it from a Jags fan. BTJ over is a lock. We're gonna come back to the Dolphins game because they just took all the props away for Tyreek Hill getting arrested.
All right, we got New England and Cincinnati.
Moving down to the ugliest. I don't want to say he's a Patriots fan. I'll let it go.
I like Chase Brown over 15.5 receiving yards.
That is an absolute lock. I am 100% with that. Here's the interesting one to me is Jacoby Brissett 19.5 completions or 11.5 rush yards?
None of the above. I hate projecting them.
Okay.
I'll say like my other lock is over 2.5 receptions for Jalen Polk.
Ooh, I thought about that one. Okay. Where's he at? I like Hunter Henry over receiving yards, 26.5. I think that's a lock.
Okay.
I don't see Polk on here. Oh, 2.5 receptions. Okay.
Yeah. I'm good with 3 here because like I really had to dig deep to find, the 2 that I liked. And I don't hate the Hunter Henry, so I'm good with 3 here.
Okay. You don't like Pop Douglas at 36?
Absolutely not.
Okay. What about Losavas? Oh, man. They gave Losavas 44? Holy
shit.
It's
too much. It's too much. It's tough to project.
Okay. You don't like any of Ramondre? Is either 50.5 rushing?
I don't love it. It's a game script situation. I just don't love it. Like I'm looking for like things that are easy to hit. And, like the P Ryan under, the Justice Hill over, like that's what I'm looking for. Those kind of outliers, the ones that stand out, that's like, okay, this could be done within the first quarter.
You think Antonio Gibson's going to get 20 rushing yards?
He's coming into a hip. He's coming in with a hip.
I know. Go under? Eesh.
Yeah. Fantasy football face-off in the house. What's up, baby? Who's that? Is that Pete? Is that Anthony? How you guys doing? Guys, if you guys are not subscribed to the Fantasy Football Face-Off, fix your life. These guys are absolutely brilliant. And Pete, I gotten to know him. He's a great human being. God bless you, Pete. Love you, buddy.
What's up, Pete? No Cap Mac in the building. Jerry says he's got a 4-leg parlay here that is money. Panthers under. I like that. Steelers +7. I'm just not sure about that game. I think it could go both ways. Vikings under 45.5. I like that. Bengals money line. I like that as well.
So are all those alternates? Are all those alternates? Because I have right now on my sports book, Steelers are.
I think they're 8.5, or Steelers are 3.5, right?
I'm trying to find it. No, they're +4. They're 4-point underdogs. So +7. That's an alternate. 4-game parlay is Panthers game under 45.5. That's at 41.5. The over under on all sports books. So this has got to be alternate. Vikings game under 45.5. That's at 41 as well.
He said they're all alternates. Yeah, they are. All of them.
Okay.
I like that. The Steelers +7. Oof.
But what's the payout like? +353. That's not bad. I don't hate that. I think it's going to be tough for the Steelers to score, and I think it's going to be tough for Atlanta to score. What it comes down to is like, who do I think has the worst DB core in that matchup? And it comes down to, okay, like I think Joey Porter Jr. is going to take a step forward as a number one.
I think he does as well.
I think Minkah Fitzpatrick being back is absolutely spectacular. The front seven only got better by adding in divisional rival, the linebacker there from LSU who played for Baltimore. His name's evading me, but he's Patrick Queen. Like they've only gotten better. So what it comes down to is like the strong safety position, not very strong. The other corner position, not very strong. The other linebacker positions, other than the 2 outside linebackers in Highsmith and obviously Watt. So I think it's.
I think it kind of depends for me on if Fields or Russell Wilson's out there too, and we just don't know yet.
Well, if Fields is out there, Pat Freiermuth is a smash. Right?
I agree. Yep.
If Russ is out there, George Pickens is a smash.
Right? I still think Pickens is a tough play, even with Russ.
I think Fields is going to target and feed Pickens, but Russell Wilson's more accurate and will hone in a little bit more. Whereas Fields will like Fields will benefit Jalen Warren in the check down. He'll benefit Pat Freiermuth, even Darnell Washington, and he'll also benefit what's his face, Pickens. But like Russell Wilson, it's 100% the run game and Pickens. Nobody else is getting involved.
Yeah, he doesn't throw to tight ends ever, right?
He doesn't throw to anybody else. Like it's just, he finds one guy, he targets the one guy. So yeah, man.
We got a question from Danny. He says, "What's going on with Fields?" So Russell Wilson flew on the plane. We don't know he's trying to save his job. Like he knows right now, if Justin Fields starts this game and wins, then Russell Wilson probably isn't playing the next couple games. Right?
Apparently, there's a side bet where Sierra's comes with the bet.
Tyreek Hill looks to be good to go. Magic. He looks like he's locked in. Okay, so we're gonna lock in these three for the Patriots. Just a little $5.
They put up the they put up the
Dolphins.
Yeah. So AJ said receiving yards.
So we're gonna head back to the Dolphins Jags game here. Remember, guys, if you have any questions, pop them in. We're gonna go through each pick'em game. We've already done a couple. We're gonna pick two we like from each game and try and hit a slip on them. Let me refresh here. Back to the Dolphins Jags game. Okay. Oop, I'm frozen. All right, back up on the Jags game here. Tyreek still at 97. After that, did they drop him a little bit? So A-Chain receiving is my locker. A-Chain receiving because he's going to play a lot in the slot. I love that.
Etienne rushing is my lock. I'm done throwing away money with like 4 bets. I'm good locking this in as is.
As one?
Yeah, your A-Chain 22.5 receiving yards and A-Chain 56.5. Like I'm gonna just stay there. Like anything more is just like we're literally just throwing away money.
I know, but what I can't do both 2 A-Chains, right?
No, A-Chain and Etienne. So you're A-Chain and Travis Etienne.
Oh, okay.
Travis Etienne.
And how much are we putting on it?
A $5, man. A $5.
I like it. I'm with it. Okay. Yeah. Lock it in 2 here. Okay. I like it.
Like we put so far 5.
They got 2 people in chat saying Dolphins money line is a lock. We don't know about Jamar Chase yet. And you guys got to keep me updated too, because I'm going through these, reading chat. So if you see a Jamar Chase update, anything, here you go. Bengals Jamar Chase not expected to reach a contract extension before the regular season opener. It remains unclear if he will play. It will come down to 30 minutes before kickoff. Wow.
That is nuts.
That's brutal. Okay, so that hurts every lineup, everything.
Safe to say take the under.
I mean, okay. Heading down. Go ahead.
So much. I don't know if it's a wash if you take the under and he doesn't play.
I think they wash it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we did the Giants, Vikings. We did the Patriots, Bengals. Now we got the Falcons, Atlanta. Here we are. No quarterback props for the Steelers because they don't know yet. Kirk Cousins, 243.
Why don't you tell the folks what we're doing and where we're doing it at and how they could do it too?
So while we're at it, guys, we are on drafters.com fantasy sports right now. If you guys want to sign up, make sure you use promo code SLEAZE or promo code DISCO. Doesn't matter to me either way. What we're doing right now is pick'ems, looking through rosters to see if we can hit any combinations to make some cash today. We will also look over some DFS lineups here after we go through the pick'ems here. And then if you guys have any questions, anything as well, fantasy football, make sure you drop them in the chat. What's good, KD? Get to the house. Fry's already turning up. And then if you guys have not subscribed to Big Draft Energy, he is the co-host of the show as well on Twitter, and you can check out his YouTube page as well. We were also live Saturday before last night. I had to cut it out early. And do not go see Beetlejuice, guys. I was so disappointed in this movie. It was absolutely terrible. Just an update from there. Now, what are you liking from the Pittsburgh game without the quarterback props for the Steelers?
I hate it. I hate this game. This game's like been a major avoid for me for like all props, all bets, all DFS. Like I just hate them.
I'm fine avoiding this game. Be square. What's up, Jerry? Go ahead.
I'll say 14.5 receiving yards for Jalen Warren seems free.
Okay, we'll lock one in. 14.5. I like that one. I like that a lot. If I had to pick one, And I'm just like you. I do not like this game. Man, I need to know who's starting. That's the thing.
Well, it can't be two Steelers, right? So let's look at one like Drake London. Drake London
60 yards.
Reception.
Okay.
Drake London longest reception or receiving yards. Both of them I have over 52% probability. So that's one that I think could be a lock.
I'd rather take the receiving yards.
But like Darnell Mooney is also one of those guys where it's like this looks free.
38.5.
That looks free, right? Like if I think Kyle Pitts is going to be shadowed by Minkah Fitzpatrick, he's a non-factor. If I think that Joey Porter Jr. is going to shadow Drake London, there's a lot of volatility. There's one more guy that could be an option, and he should be a big play threat, and a lot of people are not doing anything with him this week, and I think it's a major mistake. And I think Darnell Mooney at 38.5 receiving yards or longest reception is a smash. I think 18.5 for longest reception is a lot for him to do. I think
that's what I'm saying. I don't like the deep ball.
I think 38.5 receiving yards is easy money. He could lock this up in one play.
Okay, I'm down to throw 5 on this. 14.5 receiving yards. What's up, babe? Rise and shine. Football day. Happy football day. What's Fred doing? All right, I'm locking that in. We got a question here from the chat. Says Za. He says, "Hope all is well, guys. Pitts or Ferguson?" We just talked about it. I like Ferguson here.
I don't like Pitts at all. I definitely don't love Ferguson, but I think Ferguson is going to get better utilization and better usage. I think, like, fuck, man, I love Njoku today. Njoku's so good for me today, but, like, we'll get to that game.
So the way I look at this, if you have CeeDee Lamb out there, right, off a holdout, probably going to be on a, miniature pitch count, and they're going to target him, Denzel Ward, they're going to focus the defense point on him. I think Ferguson's going to see a lot of volume today that is hard to ignore.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong.
Do you like? We got a question from No Cap Mac. Ramondre or Javonte Williams? You know my answer, bro. I cannot start Javonte Williams. I can't. I know I don't like. I think Ramondre, if the Bengals have Chase and Higgins not out there or Chase limited, I think Ramondre has a better chance at volume this week as well. What do you got on that one, Disco? What do you think?
What's the question? Do you like Ramondre or Javonte better this week? Full PPR. I think Javonte's got a better matchup.
You like Javonte? What if they fall behind and he sees 10 to 12 carries?
He'll still see some targets in the receiving game. He's not coming off the field a lot. Like, it's going to be a split, but I think it's going to be like 65-35.
Oh, I think it's 55-45, if anything.
Okay. Still.
Kev says that's a great take, Disco, on Mooney. I agree. That was a good point.
Which take?
On Darnell Mooney.
Oh, okay.
Jamar Chase seen warming up. Two Fat Guy says expectations that he's going to play. There you go. It's not official yet, but he'll still play limited. But I think he still got to start Chase either way. Ferguson, I agree there as well. Magic says, what are the money line picks today? We went over all those money line pick shows yesterday on Disco Stream. So what we do is on Saturday, we go through the games there, pick the spreads we like. Me and Disco were off on a lot of them. It was crazy. And then we come on Sunday, we do start sits and we go over like the pick'em.
What are the money line picks for today? I mean, we can. No,
you got that screenshot?
I'll be honest. I dropped the ball and I just left it. Like, I didn't.
Into the stream?
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
But the money line pick that I would say I like a lot would be 49ers, and it's not Niner bias. I like the Dolphins, and I like Seattle as an absolute lock over Denver. And I like, if Jamar Chase is out there, I like the Bengals as a lock over the Patriots. Javonte, he says he got Javonte 2 spots higher. It's gonna be close. I mean, I'm not fully, against that. Any subs 5,000 DFS or wide receiver play? Okay, so you're looking for a wide receiver that's under 5,000. I like Losavas a lot. He's very cheap. I like Terry McLaurin right at the 5. He's like 5,200 or 5,500. I like him right there.
I love Luke McCaffrey, De'Ami Brown.
Luke McCaffrey, De'Ami Brown, low ends. You want my deep throw? So I'll give it to you right now. My deep dark throw of the day, the cheapest wide receiver you can get. I like Trey Tucker to hit a bomb touchdown against the Chargers. Ice Cold Jones, what's up? Welcome in, my man. He says Ayuk or Waddle. I gotta go Waddle. Just because Ayuk off the holdout, not as allowed to practice. You get the Jets, 2 nasty corners. Waddle gets the Jags secondary, which is terrible, and you got Tyreek Hill just got arrested. Tyreek Hill might go for 500 off getting arrested, though.
I'm going to go with the healthier option. I'm going to go with Ayuk, even though I've been out on Ayuk. I'm still going to go with Ayuk.
Even versus those dude, Sauce Gardner and
Sauce Gardner. So Sauce Gardner doesn't travel. Ayuk lines up on the left hash more often than not.
You got DJ Reed on the other side.
I think Ayuk can beat DJ Reed like a fucking drum.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
I would rather play for the shootout game than a guy off a holdout. I know he's still got, chemistry with Purdy. You could say that.
It's tough. Like, what it comes down to is, like, my rules are don't play injured guys, don't play guys who have bad matchups. Waddle's injured. And like we've seen Waddle have tremendous matchups in the past, but if he's hurt, he doesn't play through it. It's tough because I love Waddle. I've drafted Waddle in best ball way more than
Tyreek,
way more than Tyreek, way more than Ayuk. Right? It's just
okay. Peanut Butter Jelly says, "Been any more on Tank returning kicks after the preseason coach speak? I have not seen anything, but this new kickoff return rule is freaking terrible, bro. It is absolutely terrible. I'm over it already, and we're not even freaking 3 games in." Browns or Cowboys? I have the Browns blowing out the Cowboys, by the way. Deshaun Watson's father passed away. I think he's going to come out with absolute vengeance. And I think the Browns defense is going to absolutely heckle the shit out of the Cowboys offensive line. What do you got on that one, Disco? Browns or Cowboys?
I think your assessment is perfect, but I think you're giving too much credit to Deshaun Watson. He's still a piece of shit.
No, I think his father passed away. There's always some reason, little quote unquote. Jay Season, I love Jay Season, especially with Surtain shadowing Metcalf. I think he's going to be game scripted a lot more than people think. 2 fat guys is going Browns. Why am I hearing? Oh, it's on my other PC. Turn this off. He goes, 2 fat guys is taking Browns as well. Jerry says, an SFB, would you play a legit good kick returner like Gibson or Turpin? So here you go, Jerry. This is what I'm doing right now in Scott Fish. One-time glimpse. I'm starting Greg Dortch and Marvin Mims in Scott Fish right now.
Yeah, I don't even know who I'm playing in my lineup in Scott Fish, to be honest.
Brian Vickman says, what's up, my man? Welcome in. He says, Ayuk or Ford, 0.5 PPR. I'm going Ford. The Cowboys get thrashed by the run. I love Ayuk. I'm a Niner fan, obviously. I just don't like him first game back, and I don't like the matchup versus the Jets at all. Both those corners are nasty. I think it's more of a Kittle game across the middle. Kittle diddle down the middle. I agree, 2 fat guys. I'm going Ford all day. My sub 5,000, Jay Season, I like him as well, too. Jay Season's going to eat this. I think he's going to eat a lot. Here, let me pull up my wide receivers so I can see the list under 5K, and I'll try and drop a couple here. So Jay Season I like a lot. Jerry Jeudy's kind of interesting because the Cowboys slot corner is very bad. And he plays in the slot.
You said Ayuk. You said Ford over Ayuk, half PPR?
Yeah.
Yeah. You said Ayuk over Ford or Ford over Ayuk?
Ford over Ayuk.
Yeah, I'm taking Ayuk there too.
I love BTJ's price as well, Danny. 4,300. You got to smash that.
What's Roma Dunze's price there?
48.
Yeah, that's a good price.
Because Roma Dunze, you got to look at it like this too, dude. Snead locked up every single goddamn wide receiver last year, bro. And the Titans are going to have him either locking up DJ or locking up Keenan. Keenan looks good to go. He'll play in the slot. The Titans secondary is sneaky good, but this is where Rome could shine because the 2 good corners they have are going to be on Keenan and on DJ. Depending on if he plays, I think Rome might play outside though. So that's a tough one.
You also got to realize that like Roma Dunze was Caleb Williams' handpicked guy, right? That goes a really long way. I think we see that flourish.
Like Tank Bell, CJ.
Oh yeah, I like it's going to be Keon Coleman and Josh Allen. That's a great stack in all DFS.
I agree. If I had to go, I don't think I like another one that I mentioned is Pop Douglas under 5K. It's not a great match. I mean,
You're throwing away money if you're betting on him because like we haven't seen it yet. We need to see what this offense looks like. I like him better with Drake May.
I do too. What about Jermaine Burton at 3,900?
We don't know if he's going to play. And if he plays, like at what capacity? Like, yeah, he's returning kicks, but I mean, come on.
Smash play. Okay. Luke McCaffrey, he likes that as well. 3,300. I like that. Losavas could be nice at 3,200 as well.
I think Iosivas is the safest play there, but I still don't love it. I think what people are sleeping on is the tight end position. I think Eric All might be a spectacular play this week.
Ooh. Oh, that's deep. That's a deep dive right there. Eric All. Gesicki. Yeah. No Gesicki love?
Gesicki's been a piece of shit everywhere he's been.
Like I know. He's terrible.
He's awful.
One of my tight ends that I want to see what happens, and I don't even know if he's getting the starting job yet, is Dulcich.
I think Dulcich has a really good matchup this week. I think he, like, especially with the check down king PPR format, I think Dulcich is going to have like 6-7 receptions easily.
But they're saying that Troutman might be the starting guy.
Yeah, but like we know that it's not necessarily tight end by commission under Sean Payton, but it's by formation. Like right. Dulcich is coming into the passing formations. Troutman's coming in for the running formations. Troutman's there to block. Starting doesn't matter. It's about their role, right? That's just my breakdown. I could be wrong, but that's just how I look at it.
I mean, Troutman's never caught anything at all. He couldn't catch air if he thought of a
I mean, like this guy is a fish. He gets caught.
Okay. Sure. All right, fire the question, guys. We're gonna head into our next game here. We are on to, I believe, the Bears Titans. So, what from this game, if we had to take 2 or 3, what would be the lock? I'm looking. I think my first lock is Tyjae Spears over 14.5 receiving yards.
I don't like that.
You don't like that?
Yeah, because like here's why I don't like it. His utilization, I'm very discouraged by, and the reason why I'm discouraged by his utilization.
That's how Tony Pollard looked.
Well, no, like if we're like, it's tough to take away. So when you watch preseason games, it like looking at numbers, stats. Like that's not necessarily what you need to take away. What you need to take away, and what is a takeaway that you can transition into regular season and regular season play, is how many reps did one of the guys get with the ones, and how many reps did the other guy get with the number 2s, and how far did he go with the number 2s in the preseason game, right? So if we're looking at the split, Tony Pollard had 97% of the snaps with the ones.
Yeah, and Tyjae led deep into the second. Yeah.
And when the 2s and the 3s played, Tyjae. So, like, what we thought could be a 50-50 split is probably going to be 70-30. So, to project any sort of production when they both are receiving backs for Tyjae Spears, it's good for best ball, but in props and pick'ems, like 30%, 40% snap share, and they still got D-Hop who's playing. They still got Calvin Ridley. Those are 2 reads that are going above him. I think Tyler Boyd, that's another.
Dak just got extended. Wow. Okay.
Good for him. Tyler Boyd, that's also another guy who, like, it's one of those situations. So I'm going to say I like Tyler Boyd. Longest reception, 13.5 yards. I love that. Tyjae Spears, I'm not touching. I love Rome Odunze over 39.5 receiving yards.
Oh, okay. I'm with that one. Justin Fields just got named the starter. Is Russell Wilson out, though, is my question? Is he out, or is he just, if Fields plays bad, Russell Wilson could possibly come in? So you like Tony Pollard receiving better?
Good to see you, Bayou.
Bango in the building. What's good, brother? No cap.
I think 11.5 rushing attempts for Tony Pollard. That's the one that, like, I'm like, oh, like that should be really easy. But it's like it could be really easy for him to go under that, but I'm going to take the over on 11.5 rushing attempts.
Okay, so Rome 39, Tony Pollard 11. I like that. Man, I feel like
Boyd longest reception's a lock.
Tyler Boyd?
Yeah, Tyler Boyd 13.5 longest reception. That's an absolute lock.
Okay. Wow.
That's one play from the slot on average. He has 19 yards per of depth per target, and he's got the same offensive coordinator.
Man, I still like Tyjae Spears receiving a lot. I think you're making it tough on that one.
Okay, if I will take the bet without Tyjae Spears, you take the bet with him.
Okay, I'm taking it with the 14.5. I like that a lot. All right, we go 5.
Yeah.
All right, lock it in. All right, let's catch up with chat here. What's up, Bengal? How's it going this morning? What's good? Justin Field named the starter. Tyreek Hill going for 600 yards. No Cap Max says, will you start Hunter Henry or Jerry Jeudy in a full PPR with a 0.75 tight end premium? I think Hunter Henry's going to see a lot of volume today, bro.
Yeah, that's easy. Hunter Henry.
I think I'm starting. I like Jerry Jeudy, though, too, in the slot, but I think Hunter Henry is going to be a good one. Bandit says, Burrow or Dak or Stafford. I am going Stafford Superflex. Burrow, Dak, or Stafford? What are you thinking, Disco?
I'm thinking.
I think Stafford has a massive shootout game. It's the highest projected game on the week, and they're going to have to score to keep up with everybody this year. Stafford has a sneaky play every week.
I'm gonna agree with you, but it's close between Stafford and Burrow. I have them projected similarly.
Because you don't like the Patriots secondary?
No, I just don't anticipate. I think he's going to get a lot of yards and a lot of completions, but it's the touchdown.
So here's.
I think Corum's going to score a touchdown.
You think Corum's getting in? Oh, just to light the world on fire? Oh my God. Okay. If your league has like a 300 plus bonus, though, right? 300 plus passing yard bonus or 40 plus, deep ball, all that stuff. I love Stafford even more because I think he's going over 300. I think he's hitting deep balls because it's going to be hard to beat the Lions up front.
I think 300 passing yards, it's PPR format. It's great for both Puka and Cooper Kupp. Both of those guys are absolute must starts. But for Stafford, unless there's the touchdown upside, it's tough to want to play him, and he doesn't specify here in the Superflex that there's a 300-yard premium either. So it's a tough one for me.
Okay. Starting Fields as the QB1. I know, but is Russell Wilson ruled out is my question, Bandit, or is he just the QB1 and Russell Wilson could play as a backup? That scares me. If Field comes out and looks like shit, they might turn to Russell Wilson, Hunter Henry in there. Okay, I like that. Going deep for QB Fields and Darnold. I like Danny Dimes also as well. Danny for a deep throw. Going with Stafford. How do you feel, guys? Rank Montgomery, Javonte, Ramondre. Montgomery, Ramondre, Javonte for me. And for Disco, it would be Montgomery, Javonte, Ramondre. Or Montgomery, Javonte, Ram. Okay, so he's ruled out. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, my God. All right. It's time now.
Man, Gerald Everett, 1.5 receptions might be very enticing as well in that game.
Gerald Everett?
Yeah, over. But we just bet on it, so I'm not touching it. I might add that so I'm going to take that over there.
On yours?
And I'm going to go to the next game and just keep it with the next games. So my lock for the next game is check down King Bo Nix, 19.5 completions.
I love that one. That's absolute lock. I know you don't like this one, and you told me yesterday you don't like it. I like Jaleel McLaughlin over 15.5 as an absolute smash.
Rushing or receiving? I'll take it.
Okay. Now we got to go Seattle side. You like the 67.5 for Kenneth? I think he kills it today, man.
I don't love it. I think here's mine, right? If we told ourselves a story about the game script and how the game script's going to go, and we think Surtain's going to, not necessarily shut down DK Metcalf, but affect DK Metcalf, and we said, Jackson Smith and Jigba or the Tyler Lockett, these guys are going to have to perform. Pick one. I think we pick one here. And we look at the receiving yards. We pick one. They both have very similar props. And we just got to pick one receiving yards and hit the over. And I'm going to go with who I think is a younger, better.
Jay Season?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the over there.
At 47.5?
Yeah. And then Greg Dulcich, man, that's just
free, right?
It's screaming at me. The longest reception's cool. The receiving yards is also, so I'm going to go over there too. That's a
4 slip. Okay.
Yeah, well, I added Gerald Everett, so it's a 5 slip for me.
Oh my God. Okay. What Kenneth Walker 10 receiving yards? 10?
As a fourth option, it's tough to project that.
I know, but it looks so. It's like screaming to pick me. Okay, I'll lock that in.
How many coffees have you had today, by the way? This is my third.
I've had one. I need to get a second.
Lock in.
Fantasy Pros. Two Fat Guy says I can't see where Russell Wilson is ruled out. That is information I really want to know because I have Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. I picked up Fields everywhere 5 days ago when I tweeted it. So I have a lot of decisions to make with that. So I really want to know if Fields is fully ruled out. Heading down to the next game here. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next?
It's got to be the Chargers game, right?
We just passed. Yeah. Chargers, Raiders.
I like Zamir White over 1.5 receptions.
I love that. I like his rushing yards too. 57. I think that's a lock.
Yeah, I'm just going with the 2-piece on this one.
Just a 2-piece?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What Charger side? I like Trey Tucker longest reception or 17.5 yards receiving as well. I mean, he all he does is go deep. Adams is a lock at 67. I like that. I think that's an absolute lock too. Okay. What Charger side do you like here, Disco? You like any of the Herberts?
I think 3.5 receptions for Ladd McConkey is pretty enticing. I think longest reception for Quentin Johnston is enticing.
If he can catch it,
he can. He's going to shot. I'll say Will Dissly over 16.5 receiving yards.
Will Dissly over 16.5 is the lock from the Charger side. Okay. I like Ladd. I'm going to go Ladd McConkey over 3.5 also. I'm going to go with that as a 4 slope. Okay. Demir at Devontae Adams over 67, Dissly over 16, and McConkey over 3.5. I love that card. Any question, guys? Fire them in the chat. As always, smash the like, smash the subscription. Make sure you check out Big Draft Energy's side on Twitter and his YouTube as well. Andrew in the building. Disco and Sleaze. Share your wisdom on all your picks for all of us, please. Dude, he comes up with these things on the dot all the time. Okay.
He probably has it in his pick right now. All right. Next game, I'm going to say I like David Njoku. Go ahead.
Okay. Njoku?
Yeah.
Why are you so high on Njoku, even with the Deshaun Watson? Because stand on business here. What do you got here?
I need to send you that video. If I'm looking at the matchups, I think Diggs is hard to pick on. I think Bland is hard to pick on. I think where there's weakness and where there's opportunity is not the run game. So what's going to happen is David Njoku is going to be fed a lot of targets because, like I've been saying all offseason, you cannot look at what David Njoku did last year and be like, oh, okay, well, but Deshaun Watson likes throwing to the wide receivers. You know, we're going to ignore that this guy was one of the best fantasy football players ever. Stefanski's a brilliant head coach. He's a brilliant offensive mind. He's not going to neglect one of the best players in fantasy football, one of the best players in the NFL. That's David Njoku. So 4.5 receptions, I think that's super easy for him to hit. I have him for 6 receptions. Like 5 receptions is a lot. We're going to sweat it. 41.5 receiving yards. I have him there at a 52.5% probability. The longest reception, I have that one as a smash too. But anything over 14, 13 receiving yards for a longest reception, I don't touch. So 4.5 receptions, that's my favorite play there.
Okay. I'm on the Jerry Jeudy side here as well, Bandit. I see that in chat. You're saying he's active. Jamar Chase is active, good to roll. Is he playing snap count? T. Higgins officially out. Notification Fantasy Pros on X. No Cap says, what's the update on Chase's limited playing time here? See a few people saying that Fields is starting, but nothing, no good sources. Okay, I like that.
Great. So what about Jeudy? Do you like the yards or the reception?
I like the yards because you got the second rated worst corner or slot corner. Jerry Jeudy's going to feast in the slot. You're going to have Trayvon outside on Cooper. I don't think he's really going to stop him. Trayvon is more of a go-getter type corner. You risk it for the biscuit. And I just think Judy's going to shine in this game more than Cooper.
I think Ferguson's longest reception might be a lock.
16.5?
Yeah.
You don't like the 40 receiving yards?
No.
I don't think Ferguson. Okay, hang on.
Grant Delpit is too good of a safety to allow for Ferguson to eat. It's a tough matchup. It really is a tough matchup.
I don't like the Cowboys in this matchup.
Yeah, but if we're talking about like one play, Dak needs a guy, and he's like screaming across the middle of the field, and we're looking at like the base depth of his routes run on third down alone surpasses 16.5 receiving yards.
So hang on here. Jake Ferguson, since getting 70% snaps on the season, only had under 40 receiving yards twice.
That was last year with a better O-line.
But he's also improved. Last year was his first year starting too. So I mean,
take it, don't take it. Your call.
No, we're just talking it out.
I know. I know.
Okay, what Cowboy prop would you go with here then? What do you like?
I just took the Ferguson over 16.5.
Ferguson over 16.5.
The longest.
Okay. So Njoku, Jerry Jeudy, Ferguson. Locking that in. No quarterback love. No CeeDee Lamb love. I don't like CD at all. No. What about Brandon Cooks, 17.5?
Brandon Cooks, like especially with his older age, he's become way tougher to project.
Okay.
If I think Jerry Jeudy or CeeDee Lamb's going to struggle, says a lot about how I feel about Brandon Cooks this week. I mean, he could smash, but once again, like without any information, with a new and worse offensive line, with a terrible running back situation, it's 100% like the most impossible projection. He could smash, but like, is it a safe bet? Is it a lock? Is it something that I want to put my reputation on? Just being like all willy nilly? No.
Man, they even hate Dowdle. 34 yards. Jesus.
Yeah, man. That team's no joke.
Yeah, the Browns defense is nasty.
I think we covered every main slate bet. I don't want to bet on because like I haven't really like kind of during the games. That's when I dive into the Sunday nighter.
I'm with that. I'm doing a Monday thing too as well. So
yeah, so I don't want to do those games.
Okay. Magic says T is out. Bandit says Ramsey is active, locked and loaded. Hurts the Jags. Should I play the Browns D over the Bears D since CD is on a snap count and they don't have a run game? Just remember, guys, my bold prediction 2 weeks ago was that CD Lamb is going to have a bad game. Ferguson over 50 yards. I like that as well. I think I like the Bears D still. Magic. Browns Bears D is a tough call. I don't know. I think I'd go for the upside of Will Levis over Dak Prescott for a defense.
Just make sure you do your swaps in drafters for your teams because, like, I know you got a couple T. Higgins lineups.
Oh yeah, that's right. I need to do that. Okay. CD on a snap count. They're saying it's going to be an ease snap count. I haven't seen the update anything yet. Steelers Insider finally reports that Fields is starting and Russ is out. There we go. Locked in. Wilson is out. He's not listed as third QB. Coach says he is out. Andrew says I prefer snaps in the Z formation. If you know what that's from, you just become friends. The Z back. Okay. So now let me lock this in. $5. Dude, I'm gonna go with my gut here. I'm gonna go with my gut. I don't like the long 16.5. I like the receiving yards for Ferguson. That's super low for Jake Fergalicious. Okay.
Your prerogative, brother.
Yeah, well, I mean, 16.5 looks good. It's one catch can be done, but I think he's going to see a lot more volume with CD snap count. You know, I like 7 to 8 targets for him, maybe 9. You don't like the Rams Lions game?
No, it's not what I'm saying. I haven't done my research on it yet, and I'm going to do my research on
Saving for it. That's fine.
Yeah.
What's up, Mikey? He says, would you start Richardson or Lawrence today? Not super flex, 4-point passing TD. I'm going Richardson if it's a 4-point passing TD, just for the rushing upside purely, and it could be a shootout game where they play behind.
It's a tough matchup, but I agree. I think like Richardson and Jonathan Taylor in the running game are both going to have to be.
Really and now that Ramsey's back for the Dolphins too, that hurts T-Law a lot.
Yeah, but I still don't think it hurts T-Law a lot. I think there's so many other places for T-Law to go with the ball. I think T-Law is going to be a smash. Top 5 quarterback this week, easily.
Ooh. Man, they got some nasty corners in Miami, bro, but I like it.
Who's the other one?
Jair. It's not Jair, sorry. I said his name last time. Was it Howard?
Howard's a safety. Xavier Howard?
Yeah, I think so. It's like it's the second or something. So Ramsey and Kendall Fuller.
Yeah, Kendall Fuller was like shit.
He's not bad.
He's shit.
And their nickel is Kadir.
Yeah.
Miami has a Dookie secondary. They ranked pretty high, man. I don't know.
They have Jalen Ramsey. Everybody else. Real Bandit, I like both.
Yep, we went over that. Both on that one, Bandit. Jamar is on a snap count as well, has been part of the game plan for the week. Ramsey is overrated and Fuller is garbage. I mean, everyone thought Jair was the shit too, and AJ Brown toasted that guy like it was nothing. But like,
so, I mean, guys like AJ Brown, guys like DK Metcalf, those guys that are like absolute specimens, they're matchup proof, man. Those guys, like, you can't look at a Patrick Surtain and be like, oh, Patrick Surtain is going to absolutely lock down DK Metcalf. So I'm not going to play DK Metcalf. I'm going to play Brandon Cooks instead. That's like stupid fantasy football advice. I heard it last night on a show, and I'm like, why are people watching this? Sorry, I don't mean to trash people, but like, fuck. It's just terrible advice. It's just awful.
The only guy, which is crazy for me this week, and the only guy that it's an absolute bonkers call by me, and I know you're not going to sit CeeDee Lamb because you fucking paid up top 3 pick for him. I just don't think CeeDee has a good day, but I'm not sitting him. You know what I mean? It's just a crazy call.
You can't. You already paid the draft capital. Right. You have to play him no matter what.
Yeah, I agree. But I just think he has like a 9-10 point game.
Yeah, but like I think we're going to see him at his floor, and even at his floor, he's better than 90% of the
Yes, I agree. Yeah. He says, I never stop looking. Miami has a bottom third secondary. Damn. Okay. I mean, I definitely think Ramsey's the highest paid corner in the football for a reason. I think you guys are hating on him, but that's just my opinion. I mean, Ramsey's pretty locked down.
But like, here's another thing with Ramsey. Like, he doesn't necessarily line up everywhere. Like, if you look at the way he
left side.
Well, if you look at where he was used, he was more of a nickel in both Miami and LA because he's so physical and can play in the box than as a full-blown corner.
Oh, so he can hit him, dude. He can hit him.
Yeah, so that's another reason why it's like I'm kind of not worried about Brian Thomas Jr. I'm kind of not worried. Like, I think Brian Thomas Jr. is – Jalen Ramsey is going to go against the best player more often than not when they're in man coverage, and I think he's going to line up against Evan Ingram. That's why I'm out on Evan Ingram this week because of where Ramsey lines up. There's nobody else on the Dolphins that can line up with Evan Ingram. And Evan Ingram is the biggest threat. Jalen Ramsey will shadow the team's best player, right? And I think Jalen Ramsey, when we see,
you don't think that's Kirk?
No, like respectfully, I think Kendall Fuller and Christian Kirk is like a good matchup for both of them. Where like we'll see them compete. Christian Kirk, I think he's just like overvalued and overrated. That's why I like Brian Thomas Jr. But I don't think Brian Thomas Jr. Currently in his bag is going to kill it with volume. He's going to kill it with touchdown upside. He can easily have 2 touchdowns, right? What it comes down to is can that line block for Jacksonville? And I think they kind of can. But like we know Lawrence, and in this offense and scheme, he likes to throw it deep and chuck it deep. So
he takes tons of deep ball attempts.
Well, he was 4th highest last year, and he was 4th highest in completion rate. And he had guys like Christian Kirk, who it's not their game. Like Christian Kirk and Calvin Ridley, they're more of like intermediate route running guys where their route running is kind of like their thing. They're not deep ball 50-50 ball, but like Brian Thomas Jr. was made for this, right? Brian Thomas Jr. is like, I have him as a potential like top 10 wide receiver this year in football because of how special he is. Like you got to look at what he did, compare his stats to guys like Neighbors, right? What he did and how he did it. He's Megatron. He's literally Megatron.
So, just so you know, let me throw a little update in here at you while you're going at it. Christian Kirk, every single year since he's been in the NFL, just every single year, take this down, has had a catch over 50 yards every single year.
1 catch.
Well, just saying. I don't know. It only shows a stat of 1. So,
but like Brian Thomas Jr., on the other hand, can average 1 catch of 50 yards per game, and that's not being unrealistic.
Right, I know. I'm just throwing it out there. So Christian Kirk's longest is 80.
Okay, so if we divide that on like an 18-game basis, should they make the playoffs, however many, like your odds are 1 in 18.
Right. I know. I'm just saying he can get
Yeah.
deep, is what I'm just trying to say.
Yeah. I mean, like shit. It's completely different.
Let's catch up with chat. Bandit says Hyatt or Dortch in the flex. I'm going Greg Dortch all day, every day.
You need to reconsider your draft strategy if those are your two options for flex.
Could be a deep league, 16-man deep league. He says Holland's top 5 safety. Ramsey hasn't been good since LA days. I still think Ramsey's one of the top corners. I think you're hating on him too, fat guys. What's up, Michael McGall? Welcome in. He says 12-team PPR keeper league. Starting lineup is Love. Now it's Daniels, Henry, Mostert, Najee, wide receiver Hill, Brown, Waddle, tight end McBride, flex Cooper. How can I improve? So it's hard to look at your lineup without a bench. Like if you have a Discord or anything, Michael, I could pull it up for you and look at the roster as well. And we also talk, tons of fantasy football in the court as well. If you guys are not in, it is free to everyone.
Which Brown? It's got to be AJ Brown, right?
Yeah. I'm assuming it looks like it looks like AJ.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I don't know how he got Tyreek Hill and Brown.
You have Hill and Waddle both playing. I think that's a mistake. I think that's how you can improve. That's a mistake. You pick one, trade the other. Doesn't make sense to cuck one of your wide receivers. Yes, they both have high ceilings, but like Waddle's floor is non-existent in that formation. Like
I still like Waddle this week too.
I love Waddle every week. Once again, I've drafted a lot of Waddle, but like
Jalen Wright is inactive. Just like I said, he's not going to do shit in this game. It is A-chain time. Line him up.
I'll concede. You were right. I was wrong.
Jalen Wright out. Okay, Pollard. Oh, here we go. Question from Mikey. Pollard or Palmer in the flex full point PPR? Man.
Tony Pollard.
Pollard is the safe play. I feel like Palmer could have a big game today, though, too. Especially with, you got DJ Shark on IR, and he'll be out there in every single one set. The Raiders' secondary is not their strong point. It's decent. Their front seven is nasty. It just depends on Herbert. Yeah, you don't know Herbert. Go Pollard. That's a safe play. Because we don't know how Herbert's going to look with his fake plantar fasciitis or whatever they say. I get what Bandit's doing, though. He's doing it for his bets. Jatavion Sanders or Jonnu Smith. I mean, with Dave Canales' system, you didn't even see K-Dot used. So they already updated, though, that Jatavion Sanders is going to be a big part of the offense. I got to see it before I believe it. I'd take Jonnu just for the physical specimen upside. What do you think on that one?
Javon Baker. Here's where you need to concede. Javon Baker from healthy to out.
Yeah, I see. They benched him. Great. My guy Baker is down. Conceding that one. Not yet. It's long season. Mm-hmm. He said AJ Brown. How did you? Here's a question. If you're in a 12-man league, Michael, how did you get Tyreek Hill and AJ Brown? How is this possible? Is this a super flex?
If you're in a league where like people like to go running back early and like avoid all sort of like common sense to go.
Still, you're getting Tyreek at the 3rd pick. That means AJ fell to the 24th. That's impossible.
Yeah, that's crazy. He kept Hill and Waddle, fell to pick 49, and was the best wide receiver available.
Here's a great question from Chris. With now the news of Justin Fields being locked in and Russell Wilson out, Fields, Lawrence, or Caleb? And I'm in the same situation.
Lawrence, Caleb, Fields, that order.
Whoo! You're dogging Fields like that?
We just got to talk about matchups, right? What it comes down to is matchups. Like I think you can't go wrong with either Lawrence or Caleb. Fields obviously is a ceiling play, but his matchup is absolutely terrible, and there's a reason why. Like it went down to the wire because
I got this. Go ahead.
They're just not ready for Fields to take over. But as a ceiling play, like yeah, you want to go with Fields. Fields is the ultimate ceiling play, but I need to see it to believe it with Fields. Like if he's on your bench, you're good. If he's in your starting lineup, like it's as 50-50 as it possibly can get.
All right, I got you on this one, Chris. You ready for this? So when you're looking at the matchup, yes, it is bad. But if you watched the Ravens play the Chiefs, the matchup was bad. Lamar Jackson played like shit. He couldn't pass the ball for anything. But what did he end up with? 28 points because he could rush for 100+ yards. So that's the scary part with Fields. He could come out and look bad, but no matter what in that game, that rushing upside is going to keep him at 15, 16 points. And if he even looks somewhat good, then he's going to explode, right? That's the tough part. The matchup is bad. I agree with Disco on that. But I love Fields' rushing upside, man. He averages like 67 yards on his career. And he could pop 100 any game. Bandit says the Fields props are out. Let me know what you think on his lines. I have not seen him yet. Let me refresh. Where are the Steelers at here? How far are they down? No props yet for Fields on drafters. Oh, we'll keep it moving. I kept Hill and Waddle, fell to pick 49 and was the best wide receiver. Okay, I got you. I think I need to see your bench though. So send like a Discord picture on there, Michael, so I can read it. Laugh my off. Could you hold it for your release? Just the way you listed them. Do I start Fields over Rodgers? I would. The Niners D is rough. I would, and the first game back, 40 years off Achilles, 40 years old. I'm taking Fields upside over Rodgers.
I have a personal question. How do you think Sonat's going to do this week?
Depends on his usage. If they use him in the slot, like they say that he might line up in the slot a couple times here and there, but Zach Ertz is named the starter. I don't like him as a started fantasy, but a deep dart throw in DFS, I'm okay with.
Because he's like $3,100. So like him and like.
I'd rather take the Hunter Henry stab because I know he's gonna be full time.
Hunter Henry's a little bit more expensive, right? I got $3,100 for the tight end position, and my options are right now.
I'd rock Sanat for $3,100. I thought Henry's like 32.
Well, like hold on, so Sanat, Jatavian Sanders is 3,000. Theo,
I don't like
Theo. How much is Theo? How much did we say Theo was?
I don't
know. So Theo is 3,000. I think if I want to pick for this matchup based off of like weather situation, target.
It's not out yet.
I think like I like Theo Johnson a little bit more than I like. It's a tough one, man.
Oh, he says I missed it. Fields rushing is at 46.5. I think that's a smash. He averages like 69 in his career per game.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. There's not enough. Because, like, I mean, we can also go with Eric All. So Eric All, Sanat, or Theo Johnson are my three options right now at 3,100 or lower. Fuck, I might take a stab on. Yeah, I'll take a stab on Theo here.
I like Theo. Okay, let's catch up with chat here. We got Impossible. Welcome in, my man. He says, drop one for a kicker. Oh, okay. Curtis Samuel, Eckler, Khalil Herbert, Chuba, Flowers, JC's, and Jaden Daniels need one tight end. So now that Justin Fields is starting, you smash Pat Freiermuth in this game. Impossible. And I would drop only Khalil Herbert from that lineup. Those are all starters, bro.
I'm dropping Taysom Hill.
Oh, he says need one Taysom Hill. He doesn't have Taysom Hill. Need one. Taysom Hill, Freiermuth, or Henry. I like Freiermuth now that Fields is out there. 100%.
Yeah, I like Freiermuth with Fields. I still think Hunter Henry's good. Taysom Hill's like one of those guys where it's impossible.
I never like to start Taysom Hill.
And yeah, I think the safest drop would be Khalil Herbert, but even that's not super safe. But out of all
you need to start one, so you have to drop one. Yeah,
I would say Herbert hurts the least, but still hurts.
Sports Addict in the building. What's up, my guy? Rather start Munt over Henry? No way.
I don't hate the Munt call. I don't hate the Munt call, but like if we're talking about who's a better receiver and who ran more routes last year, after what's his face went down, after
Hawkinson?
After TJ Hawkinson went down, it was Jordan Oliver who ran more routes. Like so,
it's such an ugly situation. I'm not starting.
Oh, it's super gross, but like I think where Addict's head at is the right place because one of those guys is going to. Which
one has the highest touchdown upside? That's how I look at it.
I would say it's a 50-50 split right now. Like we haven't seen enough. Like the sample size we have is so small. So I would say make your bet. I think Munt is a safe call. I think Oliver is a safe call. Either one of them have elite upside this weekend for the entire season until like Hawkinson comes back. But even when Hawkinson comes back, he's going to be a slow ramp up and limited. So yeah, I like where his head's at here.
Okay, I mean, I don't think I'm starting him over Hunter Henry though, but okay, I can see over Ertz because I don't know how Ertz is going to look with his old age, and I honestly hope Ben Sinnott gets this job after week 1. Like that's how I feel about Zach Ertz.
I think we're going to see a lot of both of them on at the same time, similar to what we saw with Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews.
Right.
Yeah.
Two Fat Guys agrees. He says cut candidate Khalil Herbert, go with Freiermuth 100%. Now that Justin Fields is the starting quarterback, Pat Freiermuth I think is a great start this week.
Yeah,
if Russell Wilson's out there, I don't like Pat.
I'm going to build the DFS lineup with your guy.
Kendrick Lamar is the Super Bowl halftime headliner. Oh, woo!
Oh, hold on. I am excited for the Monday Night Football game simply because Boyz II Men is singing the freaking national anthem on Monday night in San Francisco. I don't know if you guys are into both. Oh my God, Boyz II Men, guys, Motown Philly. Jeez Louise, man, I'm very excited for Monday Night Football now.
I thought you're rocking all white.
Oh man, I can't wait. If you guys don't like Boyz II Men and you don't know who Boyz II Men is, you hate music. You just fucking hate music, simply. But
I'm gonna take the over rushing yards here now. I'm gonna redo another one now that he's named. I'm gonna go for Pat Freiermuth over 2.5 receptions. It's better.
Do you think Gino's gonna have a good game?
I think they get ahead and it becomes a K9 show. That's what I'm worried about. It's the only thing I'm worried about.
Do you think Levis is gonna have a good game? Darnold?
No.
What about Minshew? Because
Minshew's enticing. Over.
Because I'm trying to build a different lineup, right? Like I need like a Minshew or a Knicks, even a Bryce Young. I have a couple of Jacoby Brissett. I have not mixed in Minshew, Knicks, or Bryce Young, and their price point is like way too good. I'm gonna go Bo Nix here. I'm gonna go Bo Nix, and I'm gonna go Minshew. I'm just gonna build a lineup with both of those guys. Because
I think Minshew has a better chance at a higher, ceiling game than the rest of them. I think he can throw for more touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm going to go with both Minshew and Bo Nix, 5,400 at quarterback and 5,300 respectfully. That's sick. Tight end. I'm going to put in Munt because I like the call, and I didn't think about it. He's 3,200.
Munt? Look what you got him on, Sports Addict. Dude, you got Munt out here? I cannot put Munt into my lineup, bro.
We're going to go Jonathan Taylor, Chase Brown. So we'll go one high, one low. We still have 6,000 on average. So wide receiver, we're going to go Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Okay.
$4,900. And then we got
great question here.
One pay up. Should I go Jefferson? Go ahead. No,
Olave or Metcalf? Oof. That's probably the hardest question of the day right there.
Metcalf.
I know.
Don't question.
Say Metcalf. They both have tough matchups. They both go JC Horn and Surtain.
Don't question it.
Metcalf is going to be using the Cooper Cup role. I got to go Metcalf. But Olave, God, he could. I mean, you were pumping Olave yesterday too, saying he could be top 5 league winner in Kubiak's system.
For sure, but like the Metcalf is 100% a league winner. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like that's how I drafted. I have a lot of exposure to Metcalf. So serious question here.
Ownersbox.com, Mikey, and make sure you sign up with code DISCO.
Yeah, Ownersbox DFS. Use promo code DISCO. It'll double your initial deposit up to $250. So Chris Godwin or Drake London?
How's the rain? Is there an update yet?
For where?
There's supposed to be heavy rain in the Commanders Bucks game.
But PPR format, like they're going to need to move the ball. It's not going to be just Rashad White.
Well, I know, but I mean, rain just scares me a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Okay. I like where your head's at, so I'm going to just avoid.
AccuWeather. Here you go. Dude, they're tripping. 89 degrees. It's gonna be fine.
Or do I go with Malik Neighbors?
Shots of lightning, though. Chance. I love Neighbors this week. I think he eats, bro.
Okay, so I got Minshew, Jonathan Taylor, Chase Brown, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. I can't have both JCs and DK. Hold on. I'll be back. BRB.
Which one do you think is better for value? Bandit says Ridley, Metcalf, or Neighbors. Ridley, I don't have Ridley even close to those two.
Metcalf still.
I think I'm going Neighbors. I like Neighbors a lot this week, dude. I'm going Neighbors. How many do you need? He says bench Ridley for Olave. Yeah, 100%. I think Ridley has a better game than people think because you have Hopkins off the injury, and I think he'll be the focal point to start. I think Hopkins will work his way in slowly because he's older.
Yeah, but you got to consider which corner is going to be lined up against the best wide receiver there.
Jalen Johnson, you're in trouble.
Yeah, you're in big fucking trouble.
Yeah. Only one team: bench Metcalf and Neighbors. What's up, Chris? Fields or Purdy? Brock Purdy has such a tough matchup, dude. And Fields has a tough matchup. I think I'm going Fields just because I don't like the Jets defense. Jets defense is really elite. The Falcons got better, but the Jets are nasty.
Yeah, I think the 49ers offense is borderline matchup proof. As long as Christian McCaffrey's healthy and in the offense, you kind of can't bench any of them. So,
but you're worried about they're saying he'll be limited. So I mean,
limited or not, like Shanahan's an absolute brilliant offensive coordinator when it comes to fantasy football. I can't bet against Brock Purdy. Fields has I want to say a worse matchup because this Falcons defense has improved everywhere, and they were pretty solid last year.
They're not the Jets defense, though.
I think at the end of the season they're going to be ranked higher than the Jets defense.
Ooh, okay. There's your bold take right there and start off the season.
With the additions that they've brought in,
I'm going Jets on that one.
They like top to bottom. That defense, every linebacker, every defensive lineman, every corner, every safety, they're all fucking sick. Like Atlanta's all in on defense. Offensively, like they have the pieces, right? But that defense is still going to be, what's their catalyst and what's going to take them further. And Raheem Morris, he's a fucking defensive coordinator. He's a defensive guru. Like they've invested in that defense. He's got his handpicked guys. That defense is going to be a sight to behold. I think that might be the best defense to start in any fantasy football this week.
Huh.
That's how I feel about Justin Fields.
Getting bold with that. Okay. I like it. So that's smashing Fields then. 100%.
Yeah, like Arthur Smith is going to get like just obliterated this week.
You believe that?
In my heart of hearts.
Huh. Okay. So what defense would you rather start? The Falcons or the Bears then? Let's get weird.
Falcons.
Really?
Yeah. Like I love the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. I have a lot of exposure to them in best ball, but this is not the week for them.
Okay. All right, catching up with chat here. What's up, Tony? Welcome in. He says Chase Brown or Najee. Man, I think I'm going Chase Brown on this one. What do you think?
Brown,
PPR, full point PPR, half point PPR, or standard? Because if standard, I'm going Najee.
It doesn't matter either way. I'm going Chase Brown.
Chase Brown and standard over Najee? No shot.
Absolutely.
I would not.
I don't think Najee's going to score a touchdown.
You don't think Najee's going to score? What? Dude, I think you told me like a couple weeks ago you think Najee's falling in the end zone.
Yeah, and then their defense got a little bit better.
Well, I got a lot better. Full PPR. Oh, I'm going Chase, 100%. It's talking about Chase Brown, by the way, Bennett, not Jamar Chase. Got you, Kev. I got like 20 minutes left. I'll bring down all the TVs and I'll set it all up and then we should be good to roll. If you guys are new, smash the like, smash the subscription. If you want to check out in the description of this video, Big Draft Energy, I dropped all his links in there as well. He is the co-host every single Sunday. If any of like the content creators or anybody like that want to hop on at any time too as well, like Ben, if you want to hop in right now, or any of you guys want to chat it up that are part of the community, I will send you the link. You're more than welcome. We can chat up the last 30 minutes. We'll do that for like every show on Sunday. We'll open up the last, 30 minutes or hour here. If you guys want to hop in, you're more than welcome. I see Disco just making lineups over there, not saying anything.
Oh yeah, I got like 14 lineups that I need to lock in. At this
point. Here, Bandit, shoot me a Twitter DM right now. I got you. God, dude, I posted that starter sit on Twitter, bro. I should have never done that. The questions are just going out of control.
That's spectacular. That's what you want.
Oh, I did it last year too. I don't like answering 500 questions before game day.
That's the thing. Bring them over on YouTube, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, the only way I can answer these questions is if I prioritize it with like a super chat."
That's super chat.
It's got to be like a super. That's the only way I can like prioritize answering your questions today. Okay.
Okay, here we go. I got you, Bandit. I'm gonna have to add your cam here too. Hang on.
Hunter Henry's $3,700. That's way more expensive than
Oh, we got Tip in here too. Rip it, Tip. What's good, bro?
But
Man.
Hang on.
The sheer panic what's going on? The sheer panic that I just went through for the last 20 minutes. The lights went out at the house. No, the lights went out at the house. The power was out. I was like, this cannot be happening on NFL Sunday. Like, what is going on? I go to my neighbor's house. His lights are out. I go to the guy across the street. His lights. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I start running down the street where the power supply is, and it looks intact. Everything's good to go. I don't know what happened. We had a brownout. Something happened, but I'm happy to be here with you guys.
What's good, my man? NFL kickoff day, baby.
Excited, man. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy, man. This is what we have been looking forward to since February.
Hell yeah.
No, let me ask you a question, Tip. Like, I'm going to put you to work right away, okay?
Yeah.
I know, like, listen, I know you like Bijan. We're no longer in fantasy draft season. We're in like this is like
now.
DFS, props, pick'ems. Like this is where we like lock in. How do you feel about the matchup today? What are your projections for Bijan Robinson?
For today, I still have him as my number 2. I had Saquon Barkley as my number 1 this week.
That's a match call.
I had him locked and loaded. I think we are going to see a different Saquon. I'll say this though: you can't give him the ball 26 times a game. That's going to have to reduce dramatically. But there is no other guy. Like, I mean, okay, they got Gainwell, they got Shipley. The thing is, man, like, I feel like Saquon is just so damn good in that offense that they're going to keep feeding him the rock, and I hope he stays healthy because he's going to be spectacular.
Yeah, go on.
But you asked about Bijan. So I was a little modest on Bijan this week because I was like, okay, the Steelers, that's a good defense. Arthur Smith used to play for or coach for them last year. There's a little extra motivation on that end. I look at things like that, and I was like, okay. So I think Bijan's going to have a decent game. I think 85 total yards and a touchdown is what I'm safely predicting for him. I still think he's going to flash. I think that he's going to, and that's total yards.
85 on the ground. Okay.
No, total.
Okay,
no.
Okay.
Total yards. Total yards. And I think he can do it, man.
So sorry to interrupt. Sleaze, just check the private chat real quick when you have a sec.
I got you. Oh yeah.
Did you guys already answer Tony's question?
I don't remember. Man, I've just been and then just.
I was gonna get here. Sorry, I was letting you guys all get in here. Here's Bandit. What's up, Bandit? We got Tip Major in the building.
I'm trying to figure out which angles.
If you guys do not know what their Twitters are, let me pull them up before you go smash them all to follow.
Well, mine was right there. It's at Tip Major.
Question for when I bring the comments up, it doesn't. Question from Tony is Pickens or Brian Thomas Jr. So, or no, you went Deontay Johnson. I like Brian Thomas over Deontay Johnson, but for Brian Thomas Jr., I do like Disco's points. I do like the touchdown upside, and I know the Falcons matchup is so bad for George Pickens, and I know they have Fields out there, but I just feel like Pickens is going to see so much volume that I like safe start over him. That I like taking the gamble on Brian Thomas.
I think Brian Thomas is going to have a huge game.
You think he has a huge game?
In both preseason games where both Tila and BTJ played, Brian Thomas had one catch for 38 yards and one catch for 43, I believe. So,
right. I mean, preseason though. You
yeah.
First.
But I mean, if Ramsey's out there, Ramsey's on Kirk half the time. Then,
okay. What do you think, Tip? Let me hear it.
No, I think Disco is trying to say something.
Oh, go for it.
Well, I'm being patient. He asked you, Tip. Go ahead.
Okay. So for me, it's Deontay Johnson. I think that he has a clearer path to more targets. I am the biggest Brian Thomas Jr. guy out. Like, I love the kid this year. I think he is really going to do well. But see, the thing is,
I love him more.
You're the biggest because you're 6'8", 320. But yeah, but I think that I think that Deontay Johnson just has a clear more volume coming his way. You still got Evan Ingram there. You still got Christian Kirk there. Travis Etienne. There's some mouths that are going to have to eat first before Brian Thomas Jr. I think that he gets closer to that share, obviously, as the season progresses, but not right away, not in his first game. But it is going to be a shootout. Look, this game could be lights out, shootout. It could be a very high scoring game. So that does kind of sway me another way. But I think that the Carolina Panthers, because of their defense and how bad it's going to be, I think that they're going to be down. They're going to be chunking the ball, and Deontay Johnson's just going to be eating.
You're not worried about Lattimore?
Nah, man. Because Deontay Johnson, you match him or you line him up all over the field. Lattimore is usually a guy who will stick to one player. He doesn't like to travel. I'm not worried about it because you can put Deontay Johnson in different positions.
So now I got to come to Disco with this because you told me that Lattimore would be shadowing everywhere.
Lattimore travels. Lattimore definitely travels. He doesn't line up on one part of the field. Lattimore travels, and he hones in and focuses on the main wide receiver. So, we'll see what the game script and game plan calls for here. If I'm
line him up everywhere,
if I'm going just based off of
they are going to line him up everywhere.
If I'm going based off of my projections, and I'm going based off of not necessarily emotional, it's in this order. It's Pickens, then it's Deontay Johnson, then it's Brian Thomas Jr. That's the order I have it in. That's top to bottom. Who's gonna? But if I'm going based off of game script, how I personally think this is gonna go, how I think things are gonna run, you got to realize that Lattimore is one of the best cover corners in the NFL who I believe, and based off of my research and analysis, likes to travel and likes to follow number one wide receivers 68% of the time. So I think Deontay Johnson, I think he's going to be good, but I also don't think he's going to be a factor. AJ Terrell is a top 5 cornerback in the NFL. Nobody wants to give him credit because that team.
Oh, he is. He's nasty.
That team keeps on losing, right? He's going to travel with George Pickens. George Pickens, he might be one of
he can beat him with a jump ball. He's bigger.
Yeah, here's my issue with George Pickens. He could be one of those guys who's in the AJ Brown, in the DK Metcalf conversation of somebody who's matchup proof, who it doesn't matter who you line up against him, he's going to win those jump balls, those one-on-ones, and just make any corner like Jair Alexander look like shit, right? But if I'm talking about game script alone, Jalen Ramsey also likes to travel, and he also likes to cover the best threat. I think Jalen Ramsey is going to line up on Evan Ingram, so I think Evan Ingram is going to be a non-factor week 1. Even though I have him projected for season long as my tight end 1, I think that leaves Brian Thomas Jr. completely open. And we have not seen, like I just mentioned, we mentioned AJ Brown, we mentioned Pickens, we mentioned DK Metcalf. We think these guys are matchup proof. I think Brian Thomas Jr. should fall into that category as well, especially I think especially since he's going against a bottom team, and we know that this is the 4th time I said we know that Trevor Lawrence likes to throw the ball deep, and he finally has a deep ball target. This guy's 6'3", 210 pounds, 4.31 40, and in college, it's not just the 40 time. In college, he led that team in receiving yards or receiving touchdowns with 17, with Malik Neighbors, who went way higher than him in the draft. This is one of the best fantasy football players that you kind of have to go with every single week. It's tough to project a rookie and rookie numbers, but based off of game script analysis, 23 hours of research, I think Brian Thomas Jr. is going to be the highest scoring rookie.
Ramsey's playing limited snaps. Okay.
Yeah. I think once again, that just means Brian Thomas Jr.
helps.
And then if Ramsey's off the field, that means Evan Ingram's going to have.
So I got one for you. Then what about T-Law Stafford? And say it's 300 plus passing yards as a point, and 40-point bomb as a point.
Yeah. I like Trevor.
Ooh. Yeah, it's what it comes down to is who's going to convert those passing yards into touchdowns. And I think it could be a 50-50 split with both of those guys having electric weeks. So you got to give the nod to whoever has rushing upside, which is T-Law.
Mm-hmm. This is one thing I could say because I tried to make fantasy football
for Stafford is gonna be nasty. I feel too.
Well, look, I both of them are going to be high scoring games. And when I play fantasy football, I try to simplify it to the fact of, okay, especially if I'm doing DFS, which teams or which games do I feel like are going to be those games that are high scoring? So I look at
Rams Lions predicted the highest.
Both of these games are high scoring, but it's prime time. You've got some feelings involved. You got certain things that I also look at, and it might be a little bit of a defensive struggle at first. I think the Jags Dolphins game is going to come out explosive. Like, how can it not?
Yeah.
Especially with Miami on the field. I think it's going to come out explosive. I think there's going to be a lot of points back and forth. We've already seen a 63-point game this week. I think that this could be close to that total.
I predicted 68. I was on that one.
Well, when you think of who can get a rushing touchdown, I'm not thinking of Matthew Stafford getting a rushing touchdown. So
T-Law, though,
no,
sure.
No. Don't sleep on T-Law's athleticism.
T-Law can get a rushing
he can
touchdown.
get down
I just
if he
think
needs
Stafford's
to.
going for 350 and 3 touchdowns.
I think Stafford's going to have 0 rushing yards at the end of the game, and T-Law's going to have 30 plus. So
I know that.
I think what it comes down to is, like, I think Etienne's going to be good. I think Etienne's going to be, really good.
Don't put my guy down.
But I also think, like, Corum and Kyron and Corum, however you want to word it, I think they have a better matchup. So I think they're going to be.
The Rams' offensive line is depleted.
The Rams' The Rams' offensive line is still fine. Like, the Rams' issue right now is defensively, they just suck everywhere. They have young talent, but it's unproven talent, right? Like, we can't say that they're going to be the worst defense in the league because, like, they just lost significant pieces. I've done my homework. Some of the pieces, like including that defensive tackle from Florida State that they brought in, some of the pieces are good young talents, right? They're just not main names, big names. They got rid of all the big names because, like, that's just the way they're rolling. I think that running game is more of a threat to Stafford's production this week, and I think Stafford's still like top 5, top 10 quarterback this week. I think that running game is more of a threat to Stafford's production than Travis Etienne in game scripts for Trevor Lawrence. So, like, I think Etienne's going to get his. I think Etienne's going to be a top RB, but just based off of game script, this being a complete shootout with both defenses being completely garbage, I think Trevor Lawrence needs to do a little bit more.
Huh. Okay. I saw a bunch of reports. I'm trying to find it right now.
Wait. You just said all that great. Wait, you just said all that great stuff about Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah.
And he's going to be the one throwing the ball to him.
Yeah. And I said I like Trevor Lawrence more.
Okay, so here you go.
Okay.
Rams injuries out for the game. Havestein, Connor McDermott, and Leviston. 3 offensive linemen are down. What are we talking about here? How are we saying it's good?
Okay, no. So let's look at the game script. Let's look at the game script.
No.
Who are your favorite running backs in coming into this week? Sleazeball. Let me ask you a question.
Etienne and Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
And I like Zamir White a lot this week against the Chargers.
Keep going.
And I'm not too high on Bijan at Pitt. I'm all the Lions running backs I love against the Rams. The Rams defense is terrible.
Keep going. Next name.
Let me think here. JT.
Okay. What about Sunday night?
I just said it. I like both the Lions.
You like both the Lions.
Kyren is going to struggle up front versus the Lions, man.
But, like, here's the thing. Game script is going to involve way more running in that game than it is in this game.
I think it's going to be way more passing work for the Rams than running work.
Like, I'm not trying to sway you or convince you otherwise. Like, I could be wrong. I put my ideas out there more often than not. I am wrong.
I like it.
You know what I mean? So, like,
hang on. I think the Lions get ahead, and the Rams will have to pass the ball more because that Lions front is nasty. Their weakness is secondary.
Yeah, for sure. But, like, once again, all I'm saying is Sean McVay's never had a bad rushing offense.
Oh, he's a genius. I know. But right now, their line is shit.
Yeah, but, like, we don't know the replacements. Like, I still think the running game is going to be involved there. I don't disagree with Stafford being, elite. But, like, if we got to give it to somebody, it's got to be the guy with the rushing upside. It has to be. Like that's like they're going to put up exact same passing numbers. You got to give and it's going to be negligible. It's going to be like 0.35 things. They're both going to be spectacular. And like if you have either one of them, start them this week.
For me, I like Stafford better than T-Law, but it's just my opinion. We'll see.
I respect it. I don't think you're wrong. Like it could really go either way. But like for me, what it comes down to, and I think for the other two on the panel, what it comes down to is
I just don't think Stafford is going to get the touchdowns that T-Law is. I think Kyren Williams is going to get in the end zone, and Stafford's not going to throw 2-3 touchdowns.
Like I live in a world where
throw 2 or 3 to stay in this game, bro.
Yeah, I live in a world where T-Law throws 4 passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
Woo!
With rushing upside.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong.
I mean, okay,
not wrong at all, man. I love with him getting or not arrested, but that traffic violation.
I mean the cops capping him today was pretty funny, but nobody else is going to lock him up the way he got locked up with the cops.
That's nuts.
Pun intended. All right. So okay. So I'm with that. If I had to give you another one that I think is very, very tough, and I'm struggling deciding it, is Terry McLaurin, Godwin, and Pickens. I'm struggling.
Well, how do we feel about Pickens now with Fields at QB? Is my question.
I still feel he's a 30% hog, bro. He's still a 30% target share hog.
Well, he's gonna be. He's the only guy there.
I think it goes down.
Oh, wait! You don't like Freiermuth?
No, I do like Freiermuth now.
I like Freiermuth with Fields. Yeah,
with Fields, not with Wilson though.
You guys are not considering the Arthur Smith
right
situation. This guy is the wild card. That's why I need to see
that's a scary wild card too.
It's not that I hate Pickens. It's not that I hate Fields. It's not that I hate Pat Freiermuth. I fucking hate with a passion Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith is like the worst thing to happen to offensive coordinators. The fact that Mike Tomlin brought this guy in.
Who was the OC last
year? I like Mike Tomlin.
Here's the thing this year with him, though. Mike Tomlin is a fucking bulldog. It's not going to be an Arthur Smith kind of show like it was in Atlanta. I firmly believe.
I don't know. He let Matt Canada do some crazy stuff.
He let Matt Canada do some really dumb shit.
Matt Canada, yeah.
It's time to change that. We're in a new day.
Oh man,
I hope so, man. But he spent years dealing with that debacle.
Najee and Jalen Warren both might see 25 touches, and the passing game might be like completely irrelevant.
That's what scares me.
And Justin Fields might also see 25 rushing attempts as well.
Yeah, Justin Fields is going to rush for 50 plus yards for sure.
I think that's a lock on the yards. I
did too.
So like Pat Freiermuth, I think Pat Freiermuth is a safer bet because Justin Fields. If we're talking about any sort of weakness whatsoever for the Falcons, it might be in the linebacker core, and a linebacker core but it could also be Darnell Washington. There's way too many variables because Arthur Smith just fucks things up. Like it never goes to plan. Like Bijan Robinson has the best fucking matchup, but yet we're going to play Tyler Algier and let Desmond Ridder throw for 50 times against a formidable They can make sense, Arthur Smith. We're just going to throw all logic and ram a reason out the window.
That guys have a go. All right, so hang on. If you guys are all in on this T-Law thing, when I brought up 253 passing yards, you were afraid to take the bet on it. And now
I took
that. Who was?
I took that.
I never heard that.
I would take the bet, but if I'm taking the over on Brian Thomas Jr. because I like that better, I can't stack them.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Wait, who said they wouldn't take that? What was it? 250 yards?
253 is his over.
Oh.
That's easy money.
And what we just talked about is probably going to be one of the highest scoring games of the week. And we've already had a 63-point game. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think he smashed that yardage total. Wait, is it total yards or is it passing?
Just
again?
passing. 253.
Still. I mean, it doesn't matter. But okay.
Okay. I like that. All right, I'm gonna lock in a little random bet here with that. There we go. Just so I get a little T-Law action. All right, we got 5 minutes left. Fire away, chat. Fire away, boys. And I got to set up the TVs. I got people mobbing over.
I actually have to jet. I got to go to the grocery store real quick. But
We can call it right now if you guys want. I got to get shit set up, so I'm down.
Yeah. It's been a slice. I hope
that was
you
fun.
guys all win a lot of money. God bless you all. I love you all. Catch me on Twitter.
Next week, guys, as well. So next week be the same thing. And if you guys, we will open up the second hour. So Tip, Bandit, you guys are all welcome next time. And then Saturday,
we have the Jags game next week.
Disco show.
Yeah.
Tip,
we got to get you in community first. Sleaze, if you can invite Tip in community first, that'd be sick.
I got him right now. Hang on.
All right. Appreciate you. All right, guys. Peace.
Okay. All right, guys.
How do I add people? Okay. There we go. I got you in there. All right, guys. Tip, Bandit. That's it for me, guys. Thanks, chat. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the subs. Next week as well, or Monday night, I'll be live for the Monday night game recapping stuff. You guys are more than welcome to hop in there as well, too. Just let me know. And good fucking happy hunting, boys. Fantasy football is fucking here. Let's fucking go.
What?